Hey guys, it's Frank here with another map tour. This time it's going to be the map Breach by Guillotine. Uh, Here in the lower left is me. We were looking for people to test out these maps, but no one was available or everyone was busy or they had more important things to do, unbelievably, with their time. So right off the bat, you're going to notice that I messed up this build by building 3 imps. What I normally like to do is build a vault first, and then use the last 50 luminite to build one more imp. So that way, this is building the entire time while I'm also waiting on while we're also making sure that imps are regenerating as quickly as possible. There's an effigy going down to get down to the natural, and Rusty, who is the #1 Stream Deck Stormgate player in the world, in the upper right, decides to go for an expand first because they know that I like macro openers, and Breach is simply a big enough map that they don't have to worry about me rushing. Like, I was saying this in the middle of the game that Breach is a really fun map in that it's twisty-turvy. Like, you have a lot of sharp corners, you have a lot of sharp turns that I think that make it more interesting for air units, just because the pathing for ground units means that they're going to be walking a lot longer. But it also means that, like, where's the, like, this little building right here could lend itself to being like, hey, let's say Rusty wants to attack me through this avenue. If I've got the wherewithal, I can send units up here, come down to do a little counterattack, come through here to do a little counterattack, or maybe force a fight into this teeny tiny choke. Like, there's a lot of really cool small tactical moments that can happen on Breach. So I'm really liking this map so far. Oh, and that's another thing. So let's look at the main. The main, 1 Luminite, 1 Therium, as is expected. The natural, though, is so wide open. Like, you have to defend this ramp. Yeah, you have to defend this choke, but once they're in, man, they are in. And there's a lot of room to maneuver here. We don't see... Do we see a... Yeah, there's a Lancer coming online right now, but I think with the power of friendship, all these servos are going to be able to take out my brute. Not before I take out 2 servos. I believe I got 2. In-game, I only thought I got 1, but... Here I am with my natural, throwing down the 2nd and 3rd vaults. Climb caves are up. Oh, that's something else that I like to do, and I haven't confirmed this anywhere, but I don't know if this is still a thing, but I think if you build one of your production structures, I know if you build like pyres or what used to be the meat farm behind the Theriums tend to spawn like closer towards your command structure, so that way it's a shorter trip for your imps. I want to know if you still get like more and more
Dimensional
efficiency if you
rift
completely
detected.
box in
A Stormgate will activate
the
soon.
Therium. So if I were to build the vault like right here and the conclave right here, would that mean that the Therium patches would start spawning vertically? Here I am rallying my units over to this ramp. I think by this time I don't know
A
that there's
Stormgate has appeared.
that he's blocking off the ramp. But I also didn't know that these corners don't block units from coming in. And I think they should. So I think a sentry post would have stopped that, or a habitat would have stopped that. But here I go, trying to deal as much curse damage and get as much worker damage done as I can. But I suspect that Rusty's sending their workers up to either get healed or whatever. But I don't want to be anywhere near whatever defenses are up on the high ground. But I didn't know that. All I could see was the low ground. Here, check it out. Here, all I could see was the low ground, and I suspected that there was going to be turrets and stuff up here, and I had no idea about anything that was going on the high ground. So I just focused on production structures, making sure that I'm as much of a nuisance to their ability to make stuff as possible. Trying to kill this mech bay before anything can get out, but the Vulcan does get out, and then I kill it. But and then I decide to leave, because Vulcans are one of those Vanguard units that I just can't seem to wrap my mind around. I know, get a Weaver, yoink the Vulcan, and you don't have to deal with like as many problems. Here we go. Anyway, meanwhile, back at home, I've got my 3rd up and saturated, just barely saturated, but no upgrade on the way yet, and no, I think. Okay, now I'm just upgrading to tier 2 at the 5-minute mark, which is so late. I really need to nail down that build order, but Again, a Masters League player. I am not. Here we go. Now we see Rusty making the full wall with a habitat, which is just absolutely fine. There's no way for me to get through it, and it's such a low priority target that if I start focusing it down, that's a lot of DPS that's just kind of wasted on, what is it, 100 Luminite? 100 Luminite to build a habitat, so not that interesting of a target. My Hell Forge is going down. I don't build a Ritual Chamber just because I'm out of practice. Ever since the Gaunts got Curse for free, it used to be when Gaunts walked on 2 legs and they had a funky little mask, you had to pay. Back in my day, you had to pay for Plague Axes to do that damage over time. But now you don't. Now Gaunts get them for free, and you get 2 Gaunts for every single charge that you spend on building Gaunts. So, if you look down at the supply, you can see me being supply blocked for a very long time. And I think I panic build some, yeah, some pyres.
Damn, son, where'd you find this?
Oh, who was that? Did I just get a new follower? Thank you so much for following. Alright, and now I decide to come back at it, thinking that, oh, surely that this place will still be open for me. That's me trying to get through this corner, but the barrack successfully blocks it. And then I decide, it's like, you know what? This is, I want to go after the mech bay because the mech bay is scary. There's the lash on the Vulcan. The Vulcan is toast. But then I remember that Vanguard has air units. And I remember this because Rusty starts attacking me with them. And then I remember that I don't have any anti-air units, so I just kind of have to sit there and eat all these Hornet shots and kind of wait for these 4-legged centaur ladies to come by and shoot down the Hornets.
A Stormgate has appeared.
And I'm so happy that these ones decide to take a little smoke break and go after the Stormgate. Rusty has the wherewithal to come after my... Oh, and I didn't even A-move these. What am I doing? Not keeping an eye on the minimap. That's what I'm doing. Although, in my defense, I have changed my setup quite a bit. Stormgate pops, and I get the Cosmic Drifter, which is a really big transport. It's basically a ×2 transport. And I fill it up with brutes. And then my idea is like, okay, I'm going to rally it over here, drop off in the main, and then I can worry about defending stuff. Which is exactly what I should have worried about a lot more. I don't know why I just didn't see... Maybe I just didn't see the flips on the mini-map. Oh no, and they're just walking. They're just walking right past it. There we go. They managed to get a shot off, so they're going to get a bunch of curse or a little bit of curse damage done anyway. But not before wiping out that entire Luminite line. I crank the C tier player. That Weaver just curls up like a dead spider. I don't think I've seen that death animation before. But Rusty not reacting to me being in the main while I'm resetting their tech and taking out the hangar bays is a huge priority for me. Just because I like, as an Infernal player, Vanguard Air scares me so much. I hate dealing with it. But yeah, these 5 Hornets have cleaned up so much, and I think Rusty realizes that I'm going for a base race situation where it's like, okay, we can base race, and I'm not going to react to you being in my main because I know that I'm going to destroy all your buildings before you can destroy mine. Double Vulcans come out, and they are just going to start ripping through all my infantry. I do manage to get one of them while the Lances are tanking at the front line there for Rusty. Decide to go after the solar habitat as well as the hangar bay just because, again, I don't want to deal with Hornets. Hornets are the worst. So many supporting servos over here, and the FG goes down, so I'm not going to be able to do any curse damage anytime soon, but a wise man once told me, if you see a Vulcan on the field, stop making Gaunts. The Gaunts are just going to fall like wheat to the scythe. Okay, a couple more brutes come forward here, and I am floating so much Luminite. I should have just kept on making brutes, but I didn't. Again, fantastic. But these brutes come forward. They managed to stun down that Vulcan. Oh, and the servo's going to get enough of us around. No, they don't. They react a little bit too late. And now the brutes and the Hellborn and the Weavers are going to come forward and start dealing damage to absolutely everything. Before, I was kind of worried, like, because of Vanguard, that, and I never knew that a sentry post would be able to, like, I didn't think a sentry post would target the FG. Looks like they do. Rusty GG's. IGG, and that's the end of the game. Thank you so much, guys, for checking this out. Be sure to drop me a like and subscribe, and even ring the bell so you know when the next video drops. And if you want to stop by the Twitch stream, that'd be okay too. Thanks so much for stopping by, guys, and thank you, Guillotine, for making the map. GG's.